everyone, welcome back to Culinary Undertaking. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future episodes. I know that's all out of the way. Again, thanks for watching. And today I'm going to show you how to make pickle burgers. It's real simple. You need two things. We need some meat and we need some pickles. That's it. And a way to cook it. But that's two ingredients, pickles and meat. Boom, pickle burgers. And so I've got my grinder set up here. I've got a 4-pound chuck roast here, and I've got some baby kosher dill pickles. Now, obviously you can buy pre-ground meat. That's no big deal. Just when I was at the store the other day, they had chuck roast on sale cheaper than the pre-ground meat. And since it was less expensive, and since I already have the grinder, here we are. So I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to grind my own. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You do what you like. And to make sure this goes extra good today, make sure there's no mess ups, I brought Pickle Rick along, so he's going to supervise everything to make sure we get our pickle burgers to his satisfaction. So let me show you what we're going to do. First, we need to trim up our piece of meat here. And I'm not going to trim a lot. You know, I'll cut out some of these larger pieces of fat that's in here. But, you know, some of these other veins and stuff, I'm not going to mess with that. But, you know, if you're going to do it this way, if it looks gross to you, cut it out. If you want to keep trimming more fat, trim more fat. I find when I'm done, just based on past experience with these chuck roasts that I buy like this, once I'm done trimming it and I grind it, it's about 90-10 ground meat after that. And I just base that on is when I use this to make burgers, just how much the meat shrinks and stuff like that. It's equivalent to about 90-10. So go from there. So if you want yours fattier than that, you know, leave these big pieces of fat in there, grind it up, mix it up in there, make it a little bit fattier. Do what you like. So basically, we just need to make sure we cut this into chunks. Just make sure they're big enough that they'll fit down into our little chute there. And also, as you're trimming, if you come across anything that, you know, sometimes you might find, you know, an extra piece of gristle in there, like a little vein or artery. Cut that stuff out. The butcher doesn't, but you can. Yeah, so there's a little piece of fatty gristle right there. We'll get that out of there. But some of the other stuff, you know, this little kind of fat like that, just going to leave that in there, grind it up, and it's going to be fine. So I'm not going to make you sit and watch me cut this whole thing up. So let me get this caught up, then we'll grind it. Alright, so there's our trimmed piece of meat. So there's what I'm going to keep. This is the fat that I'm getting rid of. That's probably about a pound of yucky stuff that I trimmed out of there. But again, you trim yours how you see fit. That's how I like to trim mine. So you can see it's fairly lean, but there's still some fat that's in there. You're never going to get rid of it all. But that's going to work for me for burgers. And now we just got to turn our grinder on. And now this has two plates in it. It comes with a coarse and a fine grate. I have my fine plate in there today. Alright, so there we go. There's our meat all ground up. Oh, that looks pretty good. And so that was it. I just ran it through once. I don't double grind it or anything like that. Now I know what I can hear some of you thinking already. Well, wait a minute. Now you got to turn it back on and run the pickles through there. No, I'm not going to grind the pickles. I don't want it to be relish. These aren't relish burgers. These are pickle burgers. So I'm going to cut these pickles up, but I want a bigger piece of pickle in there than what this would give me. So let me clean this up a little bit. I'll get the pickles out. We'll chop those up and we'll get to cooking some burgers. And we're all cleaned up. So I've got my pickles. I've got my meat still. And I'm going to use about a pickle per pound. I know we've got roughly 3 pounds of meat left in here. I'm going to use 4 because these two pickles were kind of tiny, so I'm going to count those as 1. But essentially all I'm going to do is I'm just going to split these in half. Then I'm just going to take each half, cut them into little strips. Then I'm just going to dice my little strips up like this. Nothing fancy. So there, now I've got little cubes, little pieces of pickle. And now our pickles, they're all chopped up. They're in with our meat there. The only other thing I'm going to add to that is I'm going to give it some salt and pepper. Obviously, you're going to do this to your taste, as much as little as you like. About like that. A couple good pinches of salt in there. Like that. Now, all I'm putting in here today is pickles. These are pickle burgers, so I'm just going to put pickles in here for this video. Now, I've made these before. I used a little less pickle, and then I had I cut up some garlic and a pepper and mixed in there with it before. That came out pretty decent. So you can put whatever you want. If you want to cut up an onion or mushrooms or whatever you want to cut up and put in here. The one thing I would sort of caution you about is when I did this last time, the peppers, and I would imagine if you put onions in there, those will kind of overtake the pickles, so the pickles won't come through quite as strong. And so that's why this time I'm going just with pickles. But they're your burgers, you put what you want in them. So if it makes your tongue happy, go ahead and do it. You know what I mean, with burgers. Anyway, I've taken my ring off because I like mixing meat with my ring on. So now it's just a matter of getting in here, give this a good mix. You know how to do that. Now we're all mixed together, and again, we've got roughly 3 pounds left in here, so I know for me, when I go to make a burger, I know about that much meat, which is about just a ball that fits my hand about like that. I know that's about 1/3 of a pound. So when I mix this up, I should get about 9 burgers out of here, roughly. And then, before I put these out on the smoker, you just want to make a nice patty out of it like that, and then before you cook it, if you make an indentation in the middle like that, they won't swell up and turn into round balls or whatever. They'll stay flat for you. And that indent, once they're cooked, it'll go away. It's weird, but it works. So I'm going to get these on the smoker, get these going. Then you can cook these however you want. Your grill, your smoker, a skillet, your George Foreman. However you cook a burger, you're going to cook these burgers. So I'm going to go get these cooked, and I'll bring you back when they're done. And then just a few minutes later, here we have our finished burger. A little garnish on the side. I'll see if I can do this without wrecking it here. So as you can see, hopefully you can see that on the top of the burger, you can see the pickle chunks all over. This thing is full of pickles. And then I have an onion, I've got some tomato, a little shot of mustard, a little something to hold it together. Obviously a pretzel bun. And on my pretzel bun, I may or may not have put some previously smoked pepper jack cheese on the bun and then warmed the bun and toasted them on the grill before the rest of the burger was done. Shh, don't tell anybody. So now, let's see if we can get into this thing. Without totally destroying it. And there you go. And from that angle, hopefully you can see all the pieces of pickle that are through there. It's all over the place. But none of that matters if it doesn't taste good. Oh, and it tastes good. Pickle Rick approved. Pickle burgers. If you've never tried it, give it a try. However you cook your burgers, obviously you can put other stuff in it if you want. But is this easier than just slapping some pickle slices between the bun and the burger? No, but it's not that hard. You can do it. So it's something different, something no one that you're going to serve it to has probably seen before. And it tastes good. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. We'll see you on the next one.